Okay, I think we should be on. So let me just wait for YouTube to load. I just want to make sure that I'm live. Um, this is going to be the last live session for this week. Of course, we're gonna carry on next week. But we did have Fed interest rate decision yesterday. Not much happened to be honest. But we're gonna have a look in a minute. So as usual, I'm just gonna take a couple of minutes to send a message to Telegram and Twitter as well. And for those of you who are watching this channel for the first time, because you may not watch this while I'm streaming, but you can watch it later, obviously. The video remains in the channel. But if this is your first time in the channel, make sure to check out the links below this video. Join the free Telegram channel. Of course, subscribe to this channel as well. Hit that notification bell every time I do one of those live streams. You're going to be notified so you won't miss any. So yeah, here is the link. I'm just gonna send a message very quick. Just gonna need a second. Right. Okay. I've got CNBC on. I'm not sure if you can hear that on the background, but someone leave a comment. Let me know if there's an annoying sound so I can switch it off or at least mute it. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna send a message on Twitter as well. And then we're gonna check out the chart. There's still about a couple of minutes. Oh, it's actually 10 o'clock, okay. So we've just seen the open right now. So I do have some ideas of what I want to see in order for me to find the trade. And I'll share that with you in a second. We're not going to miss any of the setups, which I'm talking about. So that's fine. Like I rarely open a trade right on the open of the session. I don't even think I've done it before. Maybe like years ago, but I don't do it that often now. Okay. So yeah, that's my way of staying up to date with the whole DeepSeek situation. I just have CNBC on the TV right next to me, and I look every now and then, and also Twitter, of course. I mean, the information flow in Twitter is just outrageous. You can literally find out about whatever is happening around the world at the exact moment that it's happening. So Twitter is really, really powerful. Here we go. I'm gonna copy that link. I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay. Alright, so that's all done. We're gonna check out the chart now. So I don't know what you guys are looking at, but overall I think we're gonna see price action higher. Now the thing is, are we going to see another move to the downside first? And that's the tricky part, especially when you're looking at the lower time frames. Because we can see price taking out this low or even this low, and I mean the setup is still gonna be valid. But when do you enter a trade, right? So I've got a couple of scenarios right here. Now let's say pound dollar. Like I said, overall I'm bullish. I still think we're gonna see price action moving higher. Now before that though, if we take out those highs, right? So let's say we see price breaking above those highs, I'm gonna be looking for a potential reversal signal. And so that would mean that we're probably going to see another downside move. Okay, so it could be a higher low, higher than this previous one. We could retest the previous low right here. Okay, even break below that and then going higher. So that's why I'm probably not going to be taking any sell trades. Instead of that, I'm going to be looking for a move towards the upside, and that's what I want to do. I want to join in the upside move. Um, However, this is the 1 hour time frame, right? So if you look at the 15-minute chart, you could potentially find a sale opportunity, but I'm not going to be looking for one. But let's see if we're going to manage to break above this resistance, right? Now I think we will. I'm just not sure whether it will happen in the first hour of the session open. But we are going to see some momentum coming into the market. What do we got on gold? Well, gold is very bullish. So we're just testing this previous high now. Okay, so let me place a horizontal line. All right, that looks about right. So as soon as we tap into that, we're probably going to see some sort of a reaction. So maybe a little bit of a pullback. Are we going to have enough of a pullback for me to find an entry? I'm not sure. Because this right here, that's basically not enough for me. This is not what I'm looking for when I'm waiting for a pullback, right? But I think there will be a pullback. I mean, we just took out this previous high. So we're about to retest a previous 1 hour high as well. So we should see at least something going on right here, right? Even if we take it out by a little bit. So this is not a fixed level, right? If we approach that level, we come into that level, we tap into it, and then you see price continuing higher, all right? It doesn't mean that there's not going to be a reversal. So let's wait and see. And by the way, we had a perfect break and retest down here. You see, it just doesn't make a lot of sense when people are overcomplicating their strategies. This is literally just a break and retest pattern, something that you learn in the first maybe couple of months that you start trading. So why would you overcomplicate it? And then we have euro yen and pound yen. So I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame this time. And so let me just point out this previous low. Okay, so we're already seeing some sort of reaction here. So if I drop down to the 15-minute time frame, you can see that how this momentum has slowed down, right? So we're actually trading below this low, which is fine. And then we see price going back to retest the most recent highs, right? It's just a minor structure, nothing major, but if we see a nice continuation to the upside, we may be looking for a potential buying opportunities. So this is euro yen and here is pound yen. 1 hour time frame, pretty much the same thing. All right. So the instruments that we normally look at during those live sessions are looking pretty fine. I believe we are in a bit of a tricky situation here on euro dollar and pound dollar as well, right? Now it looks like we're about to continue up, but before that, because what we have to do is we have to consider higher time frames as well. And so if I'm looking at the higher time frame, even though I think we will see a bullish continuation, we may have another move towards the downside first. And so if you drop down to a 15-minute time frame, it might look like you should be entering buy or sell and you don't know what's going on. But it gets more easier when you look at the higher time frames as well, right? So all I'm trying to say that is, if let's say I find a nice long entry, I get into a trade, my trade goes in profit, as soon as I see some reversal signals, I may be closing that trade and wait for another entry. Okay, I would say pound dollar is the one that I would prefer in this specific moment. Okay, so let's see how the market is going to react around the previous highs. So that's exactly what I mean. This is the 1 hour chart. So if we get a strong reaction right here on the 1 hour time frame, that probably means we're heading down towards this previous low for a retest. Okay, and so then we could potentially look for a bounce off. And there's something else with the euro as well, by the way. We have European Central Bank's interest rate decision later today. Now, if I see a strong reaction on the 1 hour time frame here around that level, that would be the only kind of confirmation for me to start looking for selling opportunities, because we could potentially find a nice entry within this area right here. The thing is, we will have to move stops pretty quickly, because even though I am expecting that we may retest the previous low, you know, what we could see instead is just a higher low, right? And then a continuation higher. And so if you manage to enter short anywhere around here in the beginning of this move, and then price reverses just a few pips, let's say below your entry, then you're gonna go into, you're either gonna hit break even, which for me would mean exit the trade, or hit a stop loss if you don't exit that trade, you know. But let's see. And then there's another situation where we see a strong breakout, which would probably mean we're not going to see any of that, and instead we're going to see a continuation right away. And this whole thing could be traded on the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart, whichever one you prefer. So this is what I want to see now. So it's definitely pound, dollar, and gold with the best opportunities at the moment. Alright, already tapped into that 2772 level. So let's see. So I'm going to place this level right here. Let me do it this way. So let me do it this way. Let me check out if this aligns with the 38.2 FIB. 23.6, 38.2 down here. So let me draw a zone about this. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna play this trade by phone just to see whether you can hear the CNBC on the background, because it might be annoying for you guys. I don't think you do, so it should be fine. And then we have NFP next week. So why am I saying this? Well, if we see a continuation to the upside, remember this is just a continuation of the pullback. Now here is the whole trend. All right, again, that's why higher time frames are very important. So even though I'm saying that I am bullish on pound dollar, on euro dollar, on those major instruments, this is only to a certain level. At one point, we're probably going to reverse back to the downside, which means trade with the main trend, right? So in order for market to reverse this whole move, which has continued for some time now, we need strong impact. So was that's basically high impact news. And so I was expecting that the news, or basically Fed interest rate, would help price to push higher, and then eventually, depending on how price action moves throughout the next week, we'll see what to expect on Friday with the NFP. But if we manage to retest some previous structure, right, maybe come up here, test those previous highs, we may be looking for a potential reversal. All right, it's too early to say, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things unfold. We've got pretty strong levels up here on euro dollar as well. This is the daily time frame, around 1.06. All right, we could potentially reach that level, and that would be a strong resistance for price. So if you look at the 5-minute time frame on pound dollar, basically taking out this previous high, and you can see what's going on now. So if price is about to melt to the downside, we're definitely taking out this previous low. And we will most likely trade below that as well. So that'll be about a 30 pip move. About a 65 pip move to the downside, a potential move. Well, let's see. We'll give it a few more candles. Yeah, we got a strong rejection in euro dollar as well, but it's only the 5-minute time frame, so it doesn't really mean much. Let me just place a horizontal level right here. Mm. Right, I'm still waiting to see more from pound dollar. Right, gold is still pushing up. Just like I said, we may see that breakout happening here, but it doesn't mean we should be going long right away. So here is GJ and here is GBP USD. If we see something like this with a reversal right here above those previous highs, I would like to see this setup. Okay. All right, let's see. So we've got a minor level here on pound dollar. We've got multiple previous tests right here. We've got a previous high as well on the 5-minute time frame. So we are currently reacting at that level. So let's see if price will be able to return back to the previous highs, which probably would mean we're going to see few more pips to the upside, and then we need to watch for that level 1.2465. But if we manage to break below that, we're probably heading down towards the previous lows. 30-minute candle closed. Oh, pretty strong candle right here. Um, what's happening with gold? Okay, looks like we're breaking above. Okay, so let's trade this out. I was just calculating a potential trade here. Looks like we're having some rejections around this previous level. But if I'm going to be looking for sell positions, I really want to see price doing something like this and then reversing. Or if it's going to give me those rejections and then drop immediately, I then want to see a little bit of a pullback with some more rejections like this. And I can then potentially look for short-term selling opportunities. And this is pound yen. But to be honest, I'll probably stick with pound dollar, even though I'm not gonna get the entry within the first hour of the session. Okay, so if you look at the euro dollar chart, look at the 5-minute time frame, it really looks bullish to me, which means we're probably going to take out those highs. I mean, we've got multiple rejection hooks right here, and you can see we've got a stronger bullish candles, so we've got more momentum to the upside, at least from what we can see right here. And before that, we've got multiple higher lows. Alright, currently trading above 2,771 on gold. Now obviously there's no point to enter a long trade now, but if we get a pullback towards this area down here for a break and retest of this previous structure, and we've also got the 38.2 level within this area as well, that would make more sense to me to look for buying opportunities. Really strong 1 hour candle here. That whole momentum coming into the previous highs, that's fine. That's a good indication that we will probably continue higher. So you can see we don't have the same thing here on euro dollar and pound dollar. Instead, there's not much going on. We've got a strong rejection so far here on pound dollar, which I like. But yeah. Now still rejecting those levels here on euro dollar. What about GJ? 38.2 fib rejection right here, previous levels as well. So we need a strong bullish candle now. About 18 minutes left to this candle closes here on gold, the 1 hour time frame. So let's see. We may get a strong rejection here at this level, and if that happens on the 1 hour time frame, then we're most likely going to see that pullback that I'm waiting for. But there's something else as well. Just below this area we have this previous structure. So to be honest, something like this would look even more appealing to me. Down here, I'm not really sure whether we're going to get that much of a pullback, considering that this is gold and, you know, the momentum that it had during this whole run. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, if I see the market starting to develop a pullback here on gold, I'm definitely going to be looking for potential buying opportunities. I just want to see price slightly lower, not up here, obviously. But when it comes to higher time frames, you know, these are all-time highs up here. So are we going to break above that immediately? Probably not. We're going to meet some resistance up here, right around this area actually. So we're going to meet some resistance and then we're going to see a pullback. So even if I don't get the pullback now at current price levels, I'm going to be looking for a pullback up here. Because I'm not expecting that, you know, by the end of this week we're going to break above and reach new all-time highs. If it is going to happen, it will need something more to push price that much. Like I said, an economic event, high impact news, possibly NFP next week. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but we'll see. So I'm going to delete this right here. Delete that. I like to keep my charts nice and tidy. Okay. Let me see. 124, 502. Let me do that. Where's the take profit on that? 124, 650. And then we've got the stop loss at 124, 42, 8. Okay. Right. See, if you look at the 5-minute time frame, so we've got this first initial move towards the upside, all right? And then you look at the second one, pretty much the same. So the momentum is still here, which means we're probably going to see a continuation higher. Yep, strong rejection of those levels. So I'm expecting a breakout right here. Same thing on pound dollar. Okay. Yeah, strong price action on gold. Now we have some bullish momentum here on pound dollar and euro dollar as well. Looks like it's going back to the downside, but that's normal. I mean, as you can see, we've got a pretty strong rejection just a few minutes before that. So price struggled to break above that level, but I think we're going to be able to do it now because we did have the pullback after the first rejection, and then the market turned around immediately, tested some lower levels, and it actually got a pretty strong momentum to the upside. So I'm going to be expecting to see a continuation above this rejection wick right here. Okay. Right, so we're gonna need to look for a possible rejection up here on gold. Pretty strong price action, to be honest. With the opening of the session, we've only been pushing up really. Pretty strong move from gold. But it's the only one moving that much. I mean, if you look at the other instruments, it definitely doesn't look as good as gold. Alright, anyways, what I'm going to be looking for is for price to eventually take out those highs, and then we could potentially reverse, because the whole idea is that we may not see, you know, that continuation to the upside right away on the 1 hour time frame. Instead of that, we may actually see another move towards the downside. So in order for that to happen, we probably need to gather some liquidity, which is sitting above those equal highs. So this is what I'm eventually looking for. Same thing on pound dollar, very similar setup. You can see we've got multiple highs right here. So we may actually see price above this rejection wick. And then we can possibly see a downside move on both of those. When it comes to, let's say, pound yen, because that was mainly the one that I was looking at, I wanted to see the same thing. I wanted to see another push higher, slightly above those highs, and then to potentially look for another one of those downside moves, right? And then gold, well, gold is gone. I mean, not that far from the all-time highs, but the whole thing is just, it's an area, it's not a specific level. So anywhere around here, we're probably going to see a pullback, right? So you've got to be careful with this one. If you're looking for long-term trading opportunities, well, not long-term, but I'm talking about swing trades. So let's say the 1 hour time frame. If you're looking for entries, doesn't make a lot of sense. You don't want to enter long before a massive resistance like that, and at the same time, you don't want to enter short, because what we currently see is basically bullish momentum. So mostly buyers in the market. So yeah, be careful with that one. If there is a strong rejection up here, you could potentially look for selling opportunities on the lower time frames, but again, it would be a bit risky, I would say. So if you are going to trade a setup on gold, gotta be careful, man. You use less risk than what you would normally use. Okay, we're about to form a lower structure here on pound yen. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Again, for those of you who are watching this channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Check out the links in the description below this video. We've got a free course for beginners. It's on our website, trendlineforex.com. So go check it out. There is a link to our website down below the video, and join the free Telegram channel as well. Right, I post trading setups, trading analysis, and more helpful information. Right, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna find it helpful, especially if you're just starting out with trading. Don't forget to join for the next live sessions next week. We're gonna be doing them, I guess, mostly on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so, yeah, multiple live sessions per week. Totally free, as you can see. Engage in the comment section. Send me your trading setups, your trades. You can do that via a private message on Telegram. So join the free Telegram, and that's where you can find my contact info. And yeah, as long as you send them over to me, we can check them out here on the live sessions. All right, so that's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.